Take 2. Hello everyone and welcome to the weekend video. Today I'm doing a little request from someone, one of my friends or one of my acquaintances who also is dabbling in 3D, relatively new. They started just recently to just try out and play around with the whole 3D stuff, asked me for a specific thing, and I said sure, I can absolutely and will absolutely take time to make this thing. So what they asked me to do is make like a planter for it should look futuristic. It is for space travel basically, so they're doing a little space travel thingy, thematic thingy. And what they basically asked me was, hey, can you make a planter, but it should look kind of futuristic and it should be stackable, like you can stack them onto each other, but also make them so that I can like remove different parts. And the video has two main parts. I'm making the planter, and the second part is me playing around or me rigging the whole thing in Daz Studio. You heard right, I'm rigging this because I thought the easiest way to make this workable is by giving it different bones, basically different node points that you can just that you can just make invisible in the in the scene. The rigging is relatively sparse, so just that as a general thing. The rigging is very sparse. It didn't take that long. It was about 10 minutes, I think, that I rigged this. And it's the third of the video, so it's a bit slower, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, the whole thing, the idea was I have this planter. You can see the planter box already, that has soil in it, obviously, and I added a bit of detail to the soil. And there is an arm holding a lamp on top, and around the whole thing there is a structure like a frame that is there to hold the copy of the planter basically on top. This is why there is two in the picture. I only made one, but on the top one, for example, I removed the frame. Like I just made the frame bone visible, so to say. I had a bit of I'm sorry, I'm not 100% here. Yeah, I tried my best to work with the frame, and I actually developed the good technique to work with this relatively late. What I wanted is like this. I wanted this frame to have like connections, so the frame would be stable, as you can see, and I wanted them to be like, I wanted the whole thing to be one thing, but yeah, what I didn't want is like that the frame is clipping with itself. So I made these cuts into the bars basically, so that the whole thing is actually like locked with itself. Like it's not clipping, it's not really touching. And I did a few different versions of this. The first one was all of them were very rudimentary. I think I got it down on the very last one, on the third one that I did, where I had a system that worked quite okay. It's still something that I would have to look into to actually make it workable quicker. You can see right here I'm doing the third one, and after I made the whole thing, I noticed that, hey, I forgot to actually make like the top frame where the second planter would sit in, and I thought it is not enough to just have one or two of these. I mean, 2 would probably be enough to sit the planter, to put the planter in, but I wanted the frame to go all around the planter. This is why I extruded the bottom, so that it would have a way to sit in the frame completely. And yeah, you can see that I'm trying here to make a single top bar, but I accidentally, like, or the software crashed, and when I had to restart this, I thought, well, I'm just going to extrude everything to the top and then make the frame. This looks a bit better. This looks way better, and it works better. And yeah, this worked. I had to do a tiny bit of cheating, because since I did most of the crosses individually, they all had a different point count, and I had to shuffle this a tiny bit. Also, I tried to like flatten the whole thing a bit and make it look better with the that the lamp is closer to the top. I wanted the lamp to actually touch the top one, so that you would have to just make the arm invisible, but in the end it doesn't really matter. It's not that important. And then I decided I'm going to add a few small details to the planter itself. So I extruded the front part, where I just put in a few bars, which can be light or they can be just a different color, just like a little detail. And this part that I'm currently doing is supposed to be like a monitor or something, just a little thing on the side that adds a bit of detail, that adds a bit of asymmetry to the whole thing. It's just a small bit. There are no plants in this, because I will just grab a few of the plants that I made already over the years and just make them as individual objects for my friend to import and individually put into the planters. But yeah, so far so good. We are in Daz, and you can see I'm just grabbing this thing. I chose general web mapping because it is very, very basic to do. It's very, very simple. And I tricked a little bit around with the geometry editor here, because I just grabbed the different areas of the build parts, and then I made those into additional face groups, so that I could actually like grab the right things. The whole thing was relatively simple, relatively fast, not complex at all. So it is what it is. The whole thing was supposed to be relatively simple, relatively stable, but in the end, it is possible now for this model to just remove the single parts in the scene tree, which is exactly what I wanted. I still took the time to actually rig the whole thing and give everything its own bone, and make sure the bones are aligned with the thing. So you can actually, if you wanted to, you could actually move the arm of this around. Yeah, I probably should have added the top of the arm to the lamp. So if I were to do this again, I would probably give the arm like a round piece at the end where the lamp connects, so that the lamp can actually be tilted as well, and you could make it closer or further away from the soil that is beneath. But for now, this works as intended, so I really don't care that much, because it works for the thing that it does. Yeah, I had to look up the name frame because I was thinking about staging and it was wrong. But yeah, again, I'm not 100% today, so yeah, I'm still happy with how the whole thing turned out. There is a little render of the at the end, but it's just the thing without anything else. And yeah, that is what I made this weekend. Yeah, you can see that the lamp is not connecting as well. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you hopefully next week. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.